All right, let's talk about something that's a huge part of our lives, but can feel, a little overwhelming: cybersecurity. Today, we're going to break it all down: what it is, what it's up against, and why it's more important now than ever before. Think about it. Every time you log into something, shoot off an email, or buy something online, you're basically walking a digital tightrope. It's this constant balance between getting things done easily and, well, being vulnerable. So the real question is, how strong is that safety net underneath you? To even begin to understand that safety net, we first have to get to know the dangers that are lurking below. So let's meet the common villains in our digital story. So what are we actually trying to defend against? It really boils down to three main risks. First, you've got unauthorized access. That's basically a digital thief finding an unlocked door to your private accounts. Then, there are digital attacks, which are all about messing with the services you use every day. And finally, data damage, which is exactly what it sounds like: the corruption or even complete loss of your most important files. Our first villain is the one everyone's heard of: hacking. You can think of it as the classic digital break-in. Someone finds a weak spot, maybe an old password or some software that needs an update, and they just force their way right into your private digital spaces. Okay, next up is a really sneaky one: phishing. Now, this isn't about brute force like hacking. This is pure trickery. It's a digital deception. You get this super convincing email or a text that looks totally legit, but it's designed to fool you into handing over the keys to your kingdom. We're talking passwords, bank info, you name it. And our third big villain is malware. This is like a digital infection. It's malicious software that you might accidentally download. And oh man, it comes in all sorts of nasty flavors, from viruses that are built to just spread and cause chaos, to ransomware that literally holds your files hostage and demands money to get them back. So, we've met the bad guys. Now it's time to bring in the hero of our story. Let's talk about the guardian that's standing watch over our entire online world: cybersecurity itself. So what is it exactly? Well, cybersecurity is the constant, ongoing practice of protecting our digital world. Think of it as this dynamic shield for our computers, for the networks that connect them, and for all the programs we really depend on day in and day out. So when you get right down to it, cybersecurity is protecting three essential pillars of our digital lives. First, our systems. That's the actual hardware like your computer or your phone. Second, the networks, the internet connections that tie everything together. And last but not least, and this is the big one, your data. All of that priceless information living on those systems. And when we talk about valuable information, what do we really mean? Well, this chart breaks it down perfectly. We're talking about your personal data, your super important financial records, and, if you're a business, your intellectual property. All of these are huge targets. You see, good cybersecurity isn't just a passive wall that sits there waiting. Nope. It's an active, smart strategy. It's a dynamic game plan for how our digital guardian actually fights back against all those threats. And this is the playbook. It's a constant cycle. Step one is to prevent. You got to be proactive. Build strong defenses to stop attacks before they can even get started. But hey, nothing's perfect, right? So step two is to detect, having alarms in place to know the second a breach happens. And that leads to step three: respond. You need a clear plan to jump into action, contain the threat, and fix the damage. Prevent, detect, respond. It's a loop that never stops. Okay, we've gone through the threats, we've looked at the strategy, but let's bring this all back home. Why does this whole digital battle matter so much to you and me? Honestly, it all comes down to one simple, powerful idea: trust. So what's the real-world payoff for getting this right? Well, a solid strategy really delivers on three huge things. It makes sure our privacy is actually private. It guarantees that the services we count on, from our banks to our doctors, can keep running smoothly. But the most important thing of all, it builds the digital trust that our entire online world is built on. And that's really the key takeaway here. That feeling of safety you get when you're doing your banking online or shopping or just catching up with family, that feeling is only possible because of this invisible foundation. Cybersecurity is the thing that lets us have faith in the digital world. And that leaves us with one massive question, doesn't it? Our world is getting more connected, more automated, more digital every single second. And the threats? They're constantly changing, getting smarter. As we move into the future, the real challenge isn't just keeping our defenses strong, but making sure they can evolve just as fast as the world they're trying to protect.